Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd. is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer right!
Hello and welcome to Wing Wednesday here on Sports Tree Ltd. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree and Wing Wednesday is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks. Folks, we're going to jump right into this week's episode with our MLB rundown, covering all the news around the MLB today. There was a ton of afternoon baseball played today across the MLB, with 13 games getting underway before 5 p.m. The Braves beat the Nationals 7-6 in their first game of their doubleheader. The Reds clapped the Pirates 11-4. The Indians doubled up the Royals 4-2, and the Red Sox smashed the Rays 9-2, and the Twins edged out the Tigers 3-2. Getting into our Blue Jays flyby, here's your injury update. George Springer underwent an MRI after feeling tender rounding the bases while getting back into the rhythm of things. Well, the Jays were hoping to have him back in time for their home opener back in Dunedin tomorrow night against the Angels. That looks unlikely. And Bo Bichette hit a pair of jacks on Tuesday night, giving him the most home runs through 80 games in Blue Jays franchise history. Speaking of Tuesday night's game for the Blue Jays, the Jays entered the game up 1-0 in their series with the Texas Rangers, and they left the game all squared at 1-1, and a large part was due to their starting pitching. Nate Lowe took advantage of a struggling Tanner Roark. Lowe has driven in 14 runs in 5 games for the Rangers, including a 2-run shot in the bottom of the first and another one in the bottom of the third against Roark on Tuesday evening. Roark went just 2-3 with a .680 ERA through 11 starts last season, but don't panic yet. Remember, they have top prospect Nate Pearson, veteran Robbie Ray, and Trent Thornton. All three of those guys have been proven to be very effective as starting pitchers. As for Tanner Roark, well, he surrendered a home run in each of the first 3 innings last night. If you want to win baseball games in the MLB, the facts are you cannot give up 5 earned runs through 3 innings. Our takeaway from Tuesday is that Tanner Roark has been on the decline since leaving Washington in 2018. His ERA has crept up above 4.5, and now last season it was 6.8. It's a long season. Let's see if he can right the ship. The Blue Jays are paying him to be a starter, but he should be on a tight leash from the Blue Jays. And Dan Schultz, the Blue Jays play-by-play man, said it best. He noted that Roark's name has been thrown around in a potential move to the bullpen. Bottom line, he's not a fantasy option, and do not ever spot start this guy. The rubber match went down earlier on Wednesday afternoon. The Blue Jays bounced back in the best way possible, having their ace on the mound. Hyun-Jin Ryu gave up a couple runs early, but was solid. He surrendered 2 runs through 7 innings with 0 walks, and threw a first pitch strike to 22 out of the 28 batters he faced. He got after them early and was easily our Blue Jay of the day. He is scheduled to pitch again against the Yankees on Monday night. The Blue Jays were able to load the bases in the 5th, but Kevin Biggio hit into an inning-ending double play. The Texas pitching staff was able to keep the Blue Jays at bay till the top of the 8th inning. Simeon hit his 3rd home run of the season, a solo shot to start the inning. That made it 2-1 Texas. But that was all the Blue Jays could muster. Things to take away from this game is that Teoscar Hernandez struck out 3 times. Kevin Biggio was off. Randall Grichuk's 12-game hit streak was snapped. On the other hand, Rowdy Tellez's hitless streak continues. He has yet to get a hit this season, going 0 for 16. The Blue Jays struck out 12 times today, en route to them losing 2-1 to Texas. Where the story on Tuesday night was the starting pitching letting the bats down, on Wednesday afternoon it was the bats letting down the starting pitcher. The Blue Jays lose their first series of the 2021 campaign to the Texas Rangers and are back in action tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Angels for their home opener. First pitch at 7:07 p.m. Getting into tomorrow night's matchup between the Angels and the Blue Jays, these two teams haven't faced each other since 2019. They both played 6 games this season. The Blue Jays are sitting at 500, while the Angels have a record of 4-2. Ross Stripling is set to get the nod for the Blue Jays. He allowed 3 runs and 7 hits over 3 1/3 innings of work in his season debut. He's proven to be much more effective out of the bullpen to this point of his career. Hopefully the Blue Jays can get their starting pitchers healthy and get him back to where he's most comfortable. Griffin Canning gets his first start for the Angels this season. Last year, he posted a .399 ERA through 11 starts. Our matchup to watch in this one is Mike Trout. He hits over 700 against Ross Stripling with a pair of home runs in 7 at-bats. The Angels should be able to capitalize on the Blue Jays' banged-up starting pitching and their spotty batting. For our fantasy up and down this week, we're going to give you our batter to put up and into your lineup and a couple guys that you should put down. But mind you, it's a week into the season, so let's give these guys a break. The first guy that you have to put up and into your lineup is Tyler Naquin. The Reds leadoff man has 6 hits in his last 5 games with 4 dingers and 11 runs batted in. Now as for pitching, if you need a closer, I got you. His name is Jake McGee, and he's thrown 3 scoreless innings to start the season with 4 strikeouts and a perfect 2-0 in save opportunities. As for your down, make sure you put down George Springer from the Toronto Blue Jays. Oblique injuries are never good in rotational sports like baseball, and make sure you pop him onto your IL list. Our next down is Brad Hand. The pitcher is on the COVID-19 list. Make sure you don't drop him, but plug him into your IL list as well. For our game of the day, this should be a mile-high shootout between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. Diamondbacks starter Madison Bumgarner gave up 4 runs in just 6 innings of work in his first outing. The Rockies' Antonio Senzatella, on the other hand, has an ERA of 18.9 and just 2 strikeouts. Let the bats fly. Look for the Rockies' second baseman Ryan McMahon to make his mark on this one. He has 4 career home runs against D-backs starter Madison Bumgarner. I like the Rockies to take this one at home, and I like this one to reach double digits in runs. Before we get into our MKF play of the day that can see you win your share of $2,500 and our trivia raffle that can see you win a pair of MLB tickets to see your favorite team, we have to listen to a word from our sponsors and eat some chicken wings. Not a good start for Jack Astor's. The dial tone. Customer service lacking.
Thank you for calling Jack Astor's Front Street. How can I help you?
Hey there, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. This is Connor Roundtree calling from Wing Wednesday. We're on the mission to find the world's greatest tasting chicken wings, and we have a lot of people saying we got to try Jack Astor's.
I'm flattered.
Well, my question for you tonight is, what is your most popular chicken wing?
Probably our hot wing.
I'm going to order through Uber Eats, so I'm going to order a pound of that, and then what would you personally recommend?
I would probably do the dry in the heat, to be honest.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all your help
No
this
problem.
evening. Our friends over at Jack Astor's were very, very good to us here on Wing Wednesday, presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks. They gave us some free fries. They said they can't have wings without some fries. Enjoy some truffle fries on us from Jack Astor's. Now we're going to go right into this with their dry rub wing. This is what was recommended. It's sweet. You got some zestiness to this wing. They told us that they didn't want the wings to be soggy when we were tasting them, so they actually put the buffalo sauce here. They put it on the side in a nice little cauldron for us. A cauldron of sauce. I'm saying that because it is spicy. It is a good hot sauce. We're going to go in for a taste now with the wing. Here we go. Grip it, dip it, lip it. Not too buttery, not too spicy. The spice actually comes in after, so you can get really, really into these and then go, holy I'm in trouble. These dry rubs got the zest, they got the chili and the spice and everything nice. I absolutely love this dry rub that was recommended to us from Jack Astor's. That's why we do the recommended, not just the most popular wing. This wing comes in, saves the day with a 7.5, a grand total of a score of 7, which is an extremely good score for a chain restaurant. If you're a fan of a dry rub chicken wing and live around the Jack Astor's, I got a good wing for you to try. There you have it, folks. Jack Astor's wings, a pretty average score of 7. When one location doesn't answer the phone and leaves you hanging, the next location sends you truffle fries. Not a bad deal. As for our MKF play of the day, Monkey Knife Fight has an unbelievable promotion going on right now for this week's Masters. If you enter a week-long Eagle Eye contest and all 3 of your players score an eagle, you're in to win your share of $2,500. And without further ado, here are my 3 favorite players to look out for on on the Eagle front. The first guy that you have to take is Brooks Koepka. If that knee isn't bothering him, he should be right in the mix like his last two Master appearances, which saw him tie for second and tie for seventh respectively. And he averages over 308 yards per drive this past year. Our second pick is Jon Rahm, the only other player other than DJ with top 10 finishes in 3 consecutive Masters, including a tie for seventh. The Spaniard averages over 306 yards per drive and hits 72.5% of his greens in regulation. That sets him up for some tasty Eagle looks. And our third and final pick is Dustin Johnson. I can't stress this enough. You have to put him in to your Eagle Eye contest. He is the defending champion here, where he shot 20 under par. The only player to beat him at Augusta National since 2019 is Tiger Woods, so make sure you put DJ in your Eagle Eyes. For our trivia question on this week's edition of Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks, we're going to see if you were paying attention. Bo Bichette set a franchise record last night for the Toronto Blue Jays for home runs in the first 80 games as a Blue Jay. So your trivia question is, how many home runs has Bo Bichette hit in his first 80 games as a Jay? Folks, be sure to answer that trivia question over on Sports Tree for an opportunity to win MLB tickets presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks. Thank you so much for joining this week's edition of Wing Wednesday presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks. Again, I'm Connor Roundtree, and when in doubt, just wing it.
Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer right!